program is called Hello, and it is hands-on early literacy for little ones. It's a pre-reading program for very young children. It teaches them a number of concepts and skills that they'll need. It teaches them sounds of the letters, the letter names, rhyming, and of course we pack in all kinds of interesting facts about science, and most of all, fun.
This is how we say hello, say hello, say hello. This is how we say hello. Now let's learn the letters. Say hello to the alphabet, alphabet, alphabet. Say hello to the alphabet. Now let's learn the sounds.
Hi, we are going to be doing our alphabet chart today. We're only going to be going up to L, but we're going to be going through all the letters. What we're going to do first is we're going to say the name of the letter first, and then the next thing is we're going to do the sound, and then we give the animal. Ready? Let's go. A, ant. B, bear. C, cat. D, dog. E, elephant. F, fish. G, gorilla. H, horse. I, iguana. J, jellyfish. K, kangaroo. L, lamb. Nice job, you guys did a great job. Thank you. Our letter for today is D, and the sound of D is duh. D is an interesting sound to make because you have to be really careful where you put your tongue. Your tongue goes right at the top of your mouth, not on your teeth, at the top of your mouth. So curl your tongue around and get it so that it's at the top of your mouth. And then you go ahead and you say duh, duh, duh. And if you feel duh, 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 it comes from about here, and your tongue is curled at the top of your mouth. It's important that tongue is placed at the top of the mouth, because if you start moving your tongue towards your teeth and you say the duh sound, it's going to sound like th, th. So put your tongue and go back and forth between the D and the th so you can tell the difference. Curl your tongue at the top of your mouth, say duh, and then push your tongue forward to your teeth and say the th sound. Duh, th, duh, th, duh, th. And you can do it just by moving your tongue around. Duh, th, duh, 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 duh. All right, that's how you make duh, is keeping that tongue curled at the top of your mouth.
Today's letter of the day is D. To sign D in American Sign Language, simply make a D shape with your hand. Your forefinger is straight up, the rest of your fingers are curved over your thumb. This is the letter D.
We're going to write the letter D. First we'll write the capital, and then we'll write the lowercase letter. Let's get started. For a capital letter D, we're going to start at the very top and just draw a straight line from the top all the way down for the bottom. Then we're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to make almost a C, but kind of a little bit shorter. So we're going to start at the top and then go around until we connect back to that bottom line. And there you have it, a capital letter D. Now we're going to draw a lowercase d. So you're going to start at the top again and go all the way down to the bottom. Then we're going to start about halfway on our line, and we're going to draw a circle. So you're going to go, remember, go left to right with your circle, connecting. And there you have it, a lowercase letter D. Great job!
Today's word of the day is
dog. Today's word is dog. Let's say the letters. D-O-G. Dog. Now let's say the sounds. D-O-G. Let's slide our letters together again and say the sounds a little bit faster. D-O-G. Put them together even closer. Dog. 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 That's the word dog.
Today's word of the day is dog. To sign dog in American Sign Language, simply slap your thigh and snap your fingers. If you can't snap your fingers yet, that's okay. All you have to do is slap your leg twice. And that's the sign for dog. Let's try it together. Ready? Or, good job.
All right, we're going to rhyme the word dog. We're going to say the rhyme 2 times. The first time, I want you guys to close your eyes and listen for that og sound in the word dog. The second time, go ahead and open your eyes and follow along down below. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Puppy dog, herding sheep. Puppy dog, digging down deep. Puppy dog, pulling the sled. Puppy dog, time for bed. All right, go ahead and open your eyes and follow along down below. Here we go. Puppy dog, herding sheep. Puppy dog, digging down deep. Puppy dog, pulling the sled. Puppy dog, time for bed. Oh, you guys did a great job.
What's that sound? I hear a dog barking. I bet you our guest today is going to be a dog. It is. It's going to be Danny Dog. And what are you going to tell us about Danny? Working dogs? All right. Do they wear suits when they go into work? No, they don't do that type of work, do they? What kind of work do dogs do? Some dogs herd sheep. That's hard work to try to get sheep to go the right way. Look at this. This is a dog herding sheep. See how the sheep are staying together? And they're moving along. And the reason they're moving that way is because the dog is herding them. Here comes the dog. That is our dog herder. Some dogs pull sleds. That must be hard work to pull a sled in the snow. Mush? What's mush mean? That's what you say to say go when you're in a sled? Mush! And then they go. Some dogs are rescue dogs. Look at that dog looking through the rubble trying to find maybe somebody that's underneath. That's a good thing because it saves a lot of lives. And here are some dogs that are in training. They're learning how to be rescue dogs, digging in the snow to find something. Yeah, go, we're gonna get it, we're gonna find it, we're gonna rescue them. Some dogs work in airports. They smell different things in suitcases that are illegal and they take care of it. That's a good thing to have. Some dogs guide blind people. That's so important because then blind people can get out and do things because they have a dog to show them the right way to go, how to safely cross the street, where to go. That's a good job for a dog. Some dogs are service dogs. Service dogs help people who can see, but oftentimes are unable to move around easily. So the dog can pick up things on the floor that they drop. They can go get the door if there's somebody rings the doorbell. They're very helpful to their owners. If you were a dog, what job would you want to do? Would you want to be a rescue dog? Would you like to help someone that was disabled? Would you like to herd sheep? Or be at an airport? Or a dog sled? Or maybe be a guide dog like you are. I can see you have the special harness on you to be a guide dog. If I could be a dog, I think I would like to be a sled dog. Racing through the snow, mushing. That's what I would be.
I have 2 dogs. This is Zoe Pigwidgeon. We adopted her from a group called Herd this March. She is our little COVID puppy. Zoe is a border collie, so that makes her a working dog. This is Luna Cito. Luna is 11. Luna is also a border collie, which makes her a working dog.
Today's book recommendation is Where Are You Going to See My Friend? This is a great book because it is illustrated by two different illustrators, Eric and Kazu, who is Japanese. You get to see a wonderful dog walk around and ask different animals if they'll be his friend. I hope that you'll pick up this wonderful book about friendship at your local Aurora Public Library today.
Where is my dog when he's gone? He's doggone, gone, doggone. When he gets back to our cozy little shack, it's doggy, where you been so long? Is he gambling all his kibble up in Memphis? Or living on a riverboat for free? I wish that I could tell why he comes home with that smell. My dog should never go get gone from me. Where is my dog when he's gone? He's doggone, gone, doggone. When he gets back to our cozy little shack, it's doggy, where you been so long? One time he came home with diamonds. One time he came home with fleas. Next time he comes back, I wish he'd bring a stack of hot blueberry pancakes for me. Where is my dog when he's gone? He's doggone, gone, doggone. When he gets back to our cozy little shack, it's doggy, where you been so long? Is he driving a truck in New York City? Or pedaling a bike across the plains? Someday I might see why my doggy does leave me. I'm listening for barks out in the rain. Listen up! Is he courting a poodle in Los Angeles? Or dodging double trouble in Bombay? I ask him for excuses, I get stories about gooses. I hope he'll settle down with me someday. Where is my dog when he's gone? He's doggone, gone, doggone. When he gets back to our cozy little shack, it's doggy, where you been so? Doggy, where you been so? Doggy, where you been so long?
Our tips for dogs, the literacy tip, is having children listen for the ending sound in a word. This is something we sometimes forget, that it's as important for children to hear the sound at the beginning of the word as it is at the end. And so what you can do is you can actually say some words and have them see if they can hear the ending sound. And since dog has a G, you could give them some words like flag. Did you hear the G sound? Then you can give them one that doesn't have that, like bat. Did you hear a G? No, there's not a G in bat. And go through different words and talk about what the ending sound is that you hear. This is excellent for phonics and learning how to read because they will pick up on the ending sound as well as the beginning sound. Our science tip is so much fun for kids. Go around, get a couple cups and collect different things that you can put in that have a really strong smell. Then what you do is you put them in the cups, the child covers their eyes and they try to smell them. Can they tell what is in the cup? So this is so much fun because it then includes all their senses and they enjoy doing this, and see if they can smell as well as a dog.